Today, I want to take a look at Nuke's itemization on Cassiopeia in the LEC playoff series against Fnatic, specifically his mythic purchase. Let's take a look. Also, 55% of you aren't subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, it really helps out the channel. So Nuke decides to build into Rylies' Crystal Scepter first item. Despite the fact that Rylies is situationally good, especially on dot champs like Cassio, there are two main issues with this. First, he's laying a foundation of utility with durability and slows, meaning that he isn't looking to do damage this game. If we look at the team composition, this is going to result in a rough teamfighting condition for red side. Jax is having to dive into Karthus, Tristana, and Aphelios, so he isn't going to have a good time in teamfights. Realistically, Jax should just go Hullbreaker and look to outscale Renekton in side lane. Also, Xayah is insanely outranged this game, meaning that she will never be a consistent DPS threat in teamfights without endangering herself. So with this draft disparity, Cassio has to be the one to do damage. She's not outranged and she has the capabilities to play well into the enemy comp. With this all in mind, Rylies in general displays an incorrect mindset for Nuke as he doesn't realize he needs to be the one to carry the fights and thus needs to build damage. Speaking of not building damage, he builds into Everfrost second. Now I don't think the Rylies was very good, but at least it synergizes well with Cass's kit. Everfrost does literally nothing for multiple reasons. First, specifically thinking about the active, it's used for either chaining CC or cutting back against dive champions. Considering this, Cassio has no need for the active because she's rarely, if ever, chaining CC with it, and her ult is literally just a better version of it. Additionally, stat-wise, Everfrost is again a survivability based item that doesn't provide a basis to do damage. Cassio has two great mythic options in Rod of Ages and Liandry's, either of which would have been fine this game. It's bad enough he chose to build mythic second, but then he goes and builds one of the worst possible items considering the game state and comp dynamics. I have to say though, at least this is consistent with his builds on other champs. Nuke is more focused on preserving KDA and job security than recognizing win conditions and playing to do damage. More power to him as far as I'm concerned. As the game ends, he has his components to finish Seraphs in inventory, which is his first good itemization choice this game. Now obviously it's very basic on Cass as she relies heavily on mana, but keep in mind he's against a Karthus. The Lifeline Shield is great this game, and also negates the need to buy Zhonya's fourth. Even though every Cass builds it, still a good choice from Nuke. Anyways, a good Cass build this game would have been either Roa or Liandry's first, into finish Seraphs, into Rabadon, and maybe a defensive option fourth. Again, the comp dynamics really force the Cass to be the one to carry the fights this game, and in order to do that, he needs damage. This utility-focused build isn't achieving anything for Nuke, and it showed, as he did minimal damage and got one shot anyways. Thanks for watching, see you next time.